Hey guys, so while I have a bit of downtime over Christmas, I am going to reline my fire. And I didn't say relight my fire, reline my fire. Sorry, that was a really crap joke. Fire maintenance is massive, tool maintenance is massive. It's always important to put some time aside to look after your tools, and because I use my fire every single day, it's important to tile it and reline it before it gets too bad, because if it ends up breaking, I can't heat the shoes up. So here is some new tiles, here is some putty, which is actually cement, it's not putty. It is fire retardant or heat proof cement. So let's go clear it out and we'll get this in. So the first thing we need to do is empty out all of this. So as you can see, that is all cracked and definitely needs replacing. So let's get that out and go from there. So sometimes these tiles are salvageable, but as you can see, they've all pretty much just broken, and it's definitely worth just getting rid of those. They are no use to me anymore. I've got new ones. Okay, so now we've lifted those out, I'm going to show you inside. So you can see it's all that needs getting out. Now, this is the only way, I'll be honest with you. You've got to be careful here that we don't brush too much off the top, because you see how thin that's getting there. That will eventually need replacing, but for now it's actually okay. So I'll probably get another couple of years if I'm careful, because that will crack. See, the door also doesn't need replacing. I think it's just important to not let your fire get too hot, to be honest. And if you can do that, generally, you'll be alright. Sometimes you have to put like a bit of wood across here, which actually keeps that cement in. But because there's already some cement still there from before, I can actually build up on top of that. So that's going to be okay, and then try and just level that across. So let's go get the cement and something to mix it with. Okay, so we have the mix here, and unfortunately it looks like it's actually been slightly opened during transportation, but that hasn't. Okay, so I have reverted to using some kitchen equipment because I couldn't get this in the fire, which is quite annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So let's fill this up, see how it goes. Okay, so I've not only used the hoover, but now I'm using this spoon as well. Oh well, we got that. That's done the job. Perfect. Let's get this closer, actually. Let's give it a bit of a smooch around. Push it to the back. I feel it actually needs rising more at the front, so not raising, should I say. You watch, I bet this won't even stick. Oh, actually, genius, it worked. I feel that's about where it needs to be. I've had this before when I've done it and the door doesn't actually close, so be careful of that. That's the end of that anyway. Let's just shut that a minute. There you go. I knew that'd be a problem. Let's shut it. Okay, so I'm going to go make a cup of tea because it says leave that on low for 30 minutes and then we'll come back and take a look at it. I have still got some more, so if there's any reason why I feel I need to adjust it, then I can. Fingers crossed it's going to work. So it's been on now for probably about 20-25 minutes, and I literally don't think, I've just turned it down, it's taken a while to get hot, so I'm going to spin the camera around so you can have a look. So I don't know whether you can see, but it's really quite hot in there, so I kind of feel like I should maybe turn it off. It doesn't actually need to be on because it is now hot in there. I'm gonna open it and have a look, see how it's getting on. So yeah, that's okay actually, quite happy with that. Now it's quite unlevel, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'm going to put another layer of cement on because I've still got some left, and then put my tiles on top, and then that'll level that out perfectly, and it'll be fine then to go to work. So let's check in another hour. Okay, so we've left this long enough now. It is still a little bit hot in there, but what I'm going to do is put some more of this in and then get the tiles in, and then basically that's pretty much it. We're just going to leave that now to set, because it's still quite warm. When I put the cement in, it won't set too quickly, because I think one of the issues before with heating it up is I had the fire on a bit too warm, so it's probably set a bit too quick. So I don't know whether you can see, but there's some areas here which I've just literally knocked with a rasp and just made smooth. So yeah, so let's get the tiles in, get this finished, and go grab a beer. Look at this. So that is wrapped and perfectly ready to go in. Look. So I'm gonna have to somehow, I reckon if we curl that around the back of there, look, as we push it in. No, it's not going to do that. So we're going to have to roll this in like this. There we go. And then we can use what I prepared earlier. What was a kitchen utensil, but has been demoted. Well, this should last a long time anyway. Certainly raised this up probably more than I should have done, but I'm okay with that because it'll only sink over time. My only concern is I probably can't get any shoes in there now, which is not that amusing, I'll be honest. So that's that. actually put a shoe in. Obviously I need to move that a little bit further forward, which is a 2-second job. But I'll be honest, I'm quite happy with that. And that will do us for another, God knows how long now. Hope you enjoy.